It's Tuesday after work, raining all week, so I came to the drum shop. The 12 inches are ready to be wrapped. I don't know what's up with that. Bill's working on finishing up a rope drum and possibly this drum. I'm gonna sand this back, put the 4th coat of poly on here, 2nd round of red dye on these. Then I think we're gonna go with poly as opposed to spraying them just for time, and back to the rain all week, not good for curing. What are you working on? Ooh, look at those little cappies.
Yeah, check this out. I milled out slots in here, so they're like, they don't, because they used to sit like really proud of the top of the hoop. So I just milled out these little slots for them to sit in. So it's like, they're still like, they have a little bit of a contour, so they're still a little proud, but it just looks so much better.
You milled the wooden hoop, or you milled out more of the brass?
Yeah, I milled the wooden hoop down.
Okay.
So this could sit down into a recess, you know?
Are those hoops for that drum or for this rope drum?
For that mahogany drum over there. Yeah, it's this dude who like plays in pipe bands. He's somewhere south. I can't remember where. I was waiting on Swiss heads, which might have just been delivered to my house. I'm not actually sure.
We might get it out before PASIC.
That would be ideal.
Probably not this one.
Nope.
This die is extremely runny. Is this water-based or alcohol-based?
Water.
Well, that's why it's extra runny.
Yep.
So we have these tube lugs that have been sitting in the shop, and we figured these Brocade snares would be a good opportunity to use them. They're a little too long. They look a little too bulky. One side is threaded, the other side's basically a slit bit. So Bill determined it was possible just to trim them all down, and to do it accurately, it's using the mill. I could use the lathe too, but the mill's already dialed in.
Yeah. I'm just like, the lathe is pretty new and I'm not real comfortable with it yet. That probably would have been faster and more accurate than doing this, but this way I know I can do it and get them right, so. There we go.
We also took the time to pick the fabrics we wanted to use. These are the colors we're going with for the 12-inch. Wanted to pick the fabrics first to then determine color of hardware, chrome versus brass. The 13 lugs he's working on are a black. Pretty nice. One of them is going to be powder coated purple because we have those started. I'm applying the Killer Red double stick tape. Stuff's good. And I have 1 coat of poly on these 2 drums. Taiko drums. Are these a specific type of Taiko? Because Taiko is the broad term, right?
Yeah, I don't quite know what all the words mean, but I think what those are going to be is best described as a shime daiko. I can't remember if there's a different word for the rope tune one versus the ones that have the horse hide tacked on.
So you're just kind of nibbling back and forth. You're not taking a huge bite.
Right. Brass is pretty soft. I probably could do it in fewer passes, but
we only have
still learn how to use this thing.
We only have just enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I really can't make a mistake here.
Were you left with any threads after you trimmed that off?
No,
none at all.
I thought I would be because the first one I cut a couple times, and after each time I had like added some threads because I thought I was done.
Oh, okay.
And then when I went and did these and cut it all off at once, I realized I cut past all the threads. It doesn't matter though. I mean,
it's soft enough, but that first one you had threads to basically keep you on course. Yeah.
But this is so far so not bad.
I had 2 drums that worked out perfectly with the tape, 2-inch, 1/2-inch, 1-inch, and then 2 that overhang in the bearing edge a little bit. Thought about using a rotary cutter, but it's just as easy to reference a combo square off the top and just cut it a little time. It really doesn't take that long, and it makes a nice clean straight edge instead of a jagged wonky, which is what I'd probably end up with. Wrapping it up is where I left off. 4 piccolo shells have the killer red applied. 5th coat of poly on the Ludwig. 2nd coat of poly on the Taikos. And taking home lugs and throws as homework so I can finish laying out these 4 shells, drill them, poly them. And then when I come back Friday, he might have these done, and then we would finish wrapping these. Not sure if the hardware would be in time for assembly, but maybe.